Hello, this is my Journal 3A entry, and I'll start by talking about the Stoddard reading that we did. So I left a few comments. The first one was, um, I said, I think that because this form of engagement with history is so common, we must now teach how to engage with it. So it was basically talking about how students, basically like, you engage with digital media so much nowadays through social media, through movies, through documentaries, that we need to explicitly teach how to engage with that so that students aren't getting the wrong ideas, taking the wrong conclusions, and just overall being tricked, being duped by the media that they are consuming. I thought that was very important. And I think that's something that you could easily integrate into just units as you go in your course. That's not something that needs its whole unit. It's just something that, oh, we're learning about World War II today. Before we dive in, let's learn about the propaganda and the media that was used during World War II. Oh, we're learning about, you know, uh, ancient Mesopotamia. Let's learn about the media that was used during that time, or whether it was plays, whether it was anything like that. You can always learn about the media that was used to understand how and why it was used. Um, the next thing I'll talk about from Stoddard was Table 2. It says explicitly and consistently introduce film as a source that represents perspectives of its producers and the period of production that it was in. So that was me just once again taking that to say that I said I think it would be a good idea to start each media-driven assignment by writing a background on the producers. And that was just an idea that I got from Stoddard there, was while we're learning about all this media, let's learn about who wrote the media. And then I'll move on to the history media homework, where we learned about General Custer and the Battle of Little Bighorn. We also learned about the boy in striped pajamas, and then different slavery to mass incarceration, as well as a Black Plague rap, which I did quite enjoy. So the part of this that I liked the most was the boy in the striped pajamas, and that's because it had me ask myself a question that I hadn't really thought of, and that's, why is a story about Jewish suffering told from the perspective of a German boy? I found that to be a very intriguing question, and I wrote it down there as something that I think that this is an assignment that I could use for students that really has them questioning and using their critical thinking on an assignment like this. Overall, I really like this assignment just because it helps me to, I read about Stoddard, but now I'm really thinking, how would he use each of these in his own classroom? So I really like that. Let's see. I really like the Black Plague rap. I just thought that that's something that you can use to get them interested, like a hook to your lesson. So I thought that was very interesting. Overall, I found Module 3 to be very enriching. Thank you.